She thought it was funny. A harmless joke, she said. Just a playful comment, she insisted. But when my wife looked me dead in the eyes, right after we were intimate, and said her ex was bigger, something inside me didn't just break. It turned cold. She giggled. I didn't. Because I knew something she didn't know. People don't make comparisons like that unless they've recently refreshed their memory. And within 7 days, I would uncover the truth. Not only was she cheating, she wasn't even sorry. She just felt stupid because she got caught. But if she thought she could joke about another man. If she thought she could humiliate me in my own house. If she thought she could betray me and walk away clean. Then she had no idea what I was capable of. By the end of this story, she will wish the only thing she had lost was her smile. Because I didn't just leave. I destroyed the life she tried to build behind my back. And it all started with one stupid joke. I swear, I can still remember the way she smirked when she said it. A lazy, smug little smile as she lay beside me, looking up at the ceiling like she had just delivered the funniest punchline in the world. You know, my ex was bigger. That was it. 7 words. 7 stupid, unnecessary, poisonous words. Words that detonated something inside me. Not rage, rage is too hot. This was colder. Sharper. A kind of mental click, like a switch flipping. She thought it would make me insecure. She thought it would tease me, provoke me, make me chase her for validation. But instead, her joke did something she didn't expect. It woke me up. I didn't argue. I didn't snap. I didn't even get out of bed. I just stared at her. Longer than she expected. Longer than was comfortable. She shifted, suddenly aware she said too much. I'm just kidding, she added quickly, lightly punching my shoulder. Relax. I nodded. But inside, something was already unraveling, or maybe it was falling into place. Because here's something people don't admit out loud. Nobody compares current intimacy to an ex unless they've recently had a refresher. That was the moment I knew. Not suspected. Not wondered. Knew. But knowing and proving are different things. And I wanted proof. Cold, objective, undeniable proof. The next morning she was unusually clingy. Making me coffee. Asking if I slept well. Resting her head on my shoulder while I checked emails. Guilt always overcompensates. Meanwhile, I played along. Calm. Normal. Predictable. You want to hide a shark in the water? Stop making waves. While she was in the shower, I walked to the living room and opened her laptop. No password, she trusted me too much. Or maybe she just underestimated me. Her social accounts were clean. Too clean. Suspiciously clean. People who cheat never keep the evidence lying around. They tuck it away. Usually somewhere private. Sure enough, I found it. A hidden email folder. Archive 2. The name was so bland it was obvious. Inside were months of messages. And that was when the truth hit me harder than anything she had said the night before. She wasn't just cheating. She was comfortable cheating. Rehearsed. Experienced. She had been meeting him every couple of weeks. Hotels. Afternoon errands. Blocked numbers. Deleted messages. But the part that made my jaw clench. She complained about me to him. My habits. My routine. My flaws. She even joked about how I wouldn't suspect anything even if she got pregnant. That line almost made me put my fist through the table. Almost. But anger is sloppy, and sloppy people get caught. I wasn't sloppy. I was surgical. Most guys, when they find out something like this, confront. They scream. They cry. They argue. They beg. Not me. I didn't want her honesty. I wanted her downfall. So I didn't confront her at all. I closed the laptop. Went back to the kitchen. Handed her a towel as she walked out of the shower. She kissed me on the cheek. My face didn't move. Revenge isn't about emotion. It's about timing. For the next 3 days, I observed her. Every lie. Every excuse. Every little performance. I'm meeting a friend. I'm staying back at work today. I need to run an errand. Every time she left the house, I noted the time and location. I collected screenshots, printouts, receipts. I backed everything up on 2 separate drives. No mistakes. No loopholes. I was building a bomb, not the explosive kind, the legal kind. One that detonates quietly, efficiently, permanently. On the 4th day, she made a mistake. A big one. She left her smartwatch on the dining table before going shopping. I picked it up, opened the synced messages, and there it was. A location pin. A hotel. She really thought I'd never check something so obvious. I got in my car. Drove slowly. No music. No emotion. Just focus. When I reached the hotel, I parked far enough not to be noticed. And then, as if the universe wanted me to have a front row seat, I watched her walk out of the lobby with him. Laughing. Touching his arm. Hair tied differently. The way she dresses when she wants to impress someone, not me. For a brief second, I felt my chest tighten. Not sadness. Not heartbreak. Just confirmation. Hard, cold confirmation. I pulled out my phone. Recorded them. Captured their faces, the way they touched, the way they tried to act invisible. Evidence. Perfect evidence. I didn't need to follow them. I had everything. That night, I pretended like nothing happened. We ate dinner. She told me her shopping trip was tiring. She even asked me if I wanted to watch something together. I could smell the hotel soap on her skin. But I smiled. Nodded. Played the part of the oblivious husband. Let her think she still controlled the narrative. Meanwhile, the real plan was already in motion. But she had no idea that the joke she made 5 nights earlier wasn't funny anymore. It was the fuse. And it was already burning. The next morning, I messaged her sister. Her closest confidant. The one person she would never want to disappoint. I didn't send a paragraph. Just 3 pictures. Her at the hotel. Her with him. Her kissing him by the car. 5 seconds later. Call me. Now. I didn't. I let her panic. Because panic makes people sloppy. And when people get sloppy, they expose themselves. She came home 3 hours early, frantic. Did you talk to my sister? I looked up from my laptop. No. Why? Her face paled. Her eyes darted around, looking for a clue, a reaction, anything. You sent her something. Did I? I asked calmly. Her lips trembled. Please, just tell me what you want. There it was. The first crack in her arrogance. I stood up. Walked past her. Didn't answer. Let silence suffocate her. At 10 p.m., she finally snapped. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. A stupid mistake. Please just talk to me. I turned slowly, letting each second stretch like tension wire. A mistake. I repeated. Yes, she cried. It didn't mean anything. Really? I asked. Which part didn't mean anything? I opened my phone. Played the video of her with him. She staggered back like she had been punched. Then the tears came. Messy, desperate, chaotic tears. But here's something most people don't know. Guilt tears and fear tears look different. She wasn't sad she hurt me. She was terrified of losing her comfort. She tried to touch my arm. I stepped back. She froze. That was the moment she realized the truth. She had lost access to me. She stood in the middle of the living room, shaking, crying, breathing like the walls were closing in. She kept whispering. Please, please, please talk to me. But I didn't know her words. Not anymore. She had spent months lying to me. Laughing behind my back. Comparing me to a man she should have forgotten years ago. So now. Now she could experience silence. Not angry silence. Not resentful silence. Dead silence. Because nothing destroys a manipulator faster than being unable to manipulate. Most people think revenge means shouting. Breaking things. Slamming doors. But yelling gives them power. It shows you care. It shows they still matter. I didn't want her to think she mattered. So instead of screaming, I opened a drawer. Pulled out a folder. Placed it on the table. She stared at it like it was a bomb. It was. Inside were every screenshot, every message, every recorded video, every secret email folder. Her knees buckled as she flipped through them. How did you? When did you? Why didn't you say anything? I walked past her. Because, I said quietly, I don't warn people I'm done. She covered her face and sobbed harder. But I was already gone emotionally. She didn't know that yet. She would. I slept in the guest room. Door locked. She knocked for hours. Cried until her voice cracked. Begged through the door like a stranger on the street. Not my problem. In the morning, she looked destroyed, hair tangled, eyes swollen, hands shaking as she held a cup of coffee she didn't drink. Can we talk? She whispered. We will, I said. After work. Work. My alibi for the day. Because I wasn't going to work. I was going somewhere much more important. Her affair partner had no idea I knew. He still thought everything was quiet and hidden. Good. I drove to his workplace. Waited in the parking lot. Watched him walk out for lunch. He looked relaxed. Smiling. Texting. Probably texting her. I stepped out of the car and approached him. Hey. He turned. Confused. Then anxious as he recognized me. Before he could speak, I handed him a small envelope. He opened it and his face drained. Pictures. Screenshots. The works. I'm not here to fight, I said calmly. I'm here to tell you something important. He swallowed hard. Didn't breathe. You two are done, I said. I'm ending this for both of us. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. You want to know why I'm not yelling? I added. Because neither of you are worth the noise. He looked like someone had slapped him. I wasn't finished. If you contact her again, ever, I'll send a copy of this to your family and your employer. I don't think either would appreciate the details. His face turned white. Are we clear? I asked. He nodded so fast I thought his neck would snap. I walked away. He didn't follow. He wouldn't dare. When I got home, she rushed to me like she thought the nightmare was over. Where were you? I was so scared. I walked past her and sat on the couch. Sit, I said. My tone made her freeze. She sat. I met him today. Her jaw dropped. You, what? Why? What did you? Relax, I interrupted. I didn't hit him. I didn't threaten him physically. She exhaled in shaky relief. But I did tell him something very important, I added. Her relief vanished. What did you tell him? She whispered. That this, whatever you two had, is over. She blinked rapidly. Confused. Panicked. You don't get to decide that, she snapped suddenly, anger rising. Finally. Her real self. I leaned back. Oh, I already decided everything. She opened her mouth again, but then her phone buzzed. A message. She grabbed it. Read it. Her hand started trembling violently. Why would you do that to me? I didn't respond. She stared at me, terrified. I said it's over, I repeated. She switched tactics instantly, classic cheater move. She dropped to her knees and grabbed my hand. I'll do anything. I'll block him. Delete him. I'll cut everyone off. Just, please, don't leave. I pulled my hand away. You already lost me. She cried so hard she couldn't speak properly. But I wasn't finished yet. Because losing me wasn't the punishment. Losing her reputation. That was where the real pain lived. Remember how she joked about her ex? How she laughed at my expense? Well, now it was her turn to feel small. I texted her family group. Not a rant. Not a paragraph. Just one sentence. I'm ending the marriage due to her affair. Then the evidence folder. She screamed when she saw me send it. No. Please. Don't embarrass me like this. Please. Oh, now embarrassment mattered. Fascinating. Her phone exploded with calls. Her sister. Her mother. Cousins. Friends. I walked to the bedroom and began packing a bag. She followed, sobbing, grabbing at my shirt, begging me to stop. I can fix this. Please just let me fix this. I kept packing. You had months to fix something, I said. You chose him. I chose wrong, she screamed. Funny, I replied coldly. You didn't think it was wrong when you were meeting him. She collapsed onto the floor, shaking. But I wasn't done. I handed her a document. A drafted separation agreement. Her eyes widened. You, already prepared this? Yes. She flipped through the pages. She was losing. The car. The joint account contributions. Most furniture. Certain shared assets. Everything she took for granted. Why are you doing this? She whispered. I looked her dead in the eyes. Because you joked that your ex was bigger. And now. I'm showing you that your biggest mistake was thinking you could disrespect me without consequence. She cried harder. You're punishing me. No. This is a lesson in accountability. Then I delivered the final, lethal sentence. You don't get my loyalty after you shared yourself with someone else. Her face crumpled in devastation. She knew there was no way back. Not this time. I grabbed my bag. Opened the door. She crawled toward me, literally crawled, grabbing my ankle. Please don't leave me alone. I pulled my foot away. You weren't alone in that hotel room. You'll survive. She sobbed so loudly the neighbors probably heard. I stepped outside. Closed the door behind me. And as the latch clicked, something inside me finally released. Not pain. Not hatred. Freedom. Cold. Clean. Absolute freedom. A week later, I heard from her sister. She's a mess, she said. She keeps begging us to convince you to talk to her. I didn't reply. Another message came later. She said losing you hurts more than anything. Good. Actions have consequences. Even jokes have consequences. Especially the ones that reveal the truth. One night, she texted. I wish I had appreciated the man I had instead of chasing the attention of someone who never cared. I ruined everything. I'm so sorry. I stared at the message for a while. Then blocked her. Not out of anger. But because closure is a privilege she didn't earn.